Ashley here. Welcome to this next episode of Ashley's Digital China. Today we're going to talk about the she economy in China. We're going to look at the trends in the she economy after the pandemic is over, and we're going to look at the 3 ways brands can connect with their women consumers in the market that is again right now opening up. Let's jump straight into this, the she economy. Well, the she economy in China is experiencing significant growth as more and more young people, financially independent women, for instance, are spending money not just on others, but also on themselves. The trend is largely driven by female millennials and Gen Z members who seek happiness and self-fulfillment on their own terms, of course, rather than through traditional roles and expectations. According to a report, for instance, by Alibaba, women in China are responsible for more than 70% of household purchases, including consumer goods, luxury goods, and online shopping as well. This has led to the rise of female-oriented businesses such as e-commerce platforms that cater specifically to women preferences and needs. As a result of this shift in attitudes, China now boasts the world's 3rd largest consumer market for women after the United States and Japan. In fact, the size of Chinese women's consumer market is equivalent to the combined retail markets of Germany, France, and the UK. This growing economic power of women in China have significantly influenced the whole country's economy, of course, and as mentioned, many businesses are recognizing the importance of women as their target consumers, of course, as the decision makers for the household, and that also translates in more diversity, for example, in the workplace, and other general very positive developments in this space. Let's take a look at the pandemic impact on the she economy in China. Of course, as we know, the past 3 years have been very difficult for consumers, companies, industries, and the world in general. And the preferences have significantly shifted, needs have changed, and what does it mean for China's she economy? Let's take a look. We know that the past 3 years have been very difficult for consumers, companies, industries, and the whole world globally. That has translated into shift of needs, demands, values, and of course, consumer behavior. Well, China is no exception. The COVID-19 pandemic have significantly impacted the she economy in China with both positive and negative effects. On the one hand, the pandemic have accelerated the shift towards digital and e-commerce platforms, and women are statistically more likely to shop online. So there's more access for women. Many companies have also increased their focus on female consumers, recognizing their growing economic power and the need to cater to their specific preferences. At the same time, the pandemic has disproportionately affected women in the workplace, particularly those in the service sector, which has slowed the growth of the she economy in the country. Many women, for example, have lost their jobs or experienced reduced working hours, which has impacted their financial independence and purchasing power. With Chinese women becoming an increasingly powerful force in the consumer market, brands have right now a golden opportunity as China's economy is bouncing back to address this market anew. So 2023 is offering a lot of opportunities in the she economy space, and many global and domestic players are getting on board with this idea. Let's take a look at the 4 major trends and, as mentioned, 3 ways that brands can relate to their female consumers in China this year. Starting with trends. Trend number 1 is the medical beauty. Yes, indeed, there is a rising trend among young Chinese to undergo cosmetic surgery and other procedures to enhance the way they look. In 2021, the medical aesthetics market in China was valued at 218 billion yuan, indicating a year-on-year growth rate of approximately 12%. This figure will exceed 400 billion yuan by 2025, according to the current predictions. Not only is it widely accepted, but nearly 80% of the Chinese Gen Z women say that they are planning to undergo some sort of medical aesthetic procedure, and at least 60% of those are willing to spend more than 5,000 RMB on such a procedure. This significant growth in the medical aesthetics industry in China is largely attributed to the increasing demand for non-invasive and minimally invasive procedures, which are becoming more popular among, again, the young people. The availability of advanced technology and the growing acceptance of cosmetic surgery in general as a means of self-improvement are also factors contributing to the growth of this market. Some of the popular medical beauty trends in China include the following. First of all, facial treatments. Yes, non-invasive facial treatments such as injectables, Botox, fillers, laser treatments are increasingly popular in the country as women seek to achieve more youthful, radiant, and, as we call it, glass skin. And then, of course, there is body contouring. Women seek to achieve a more toned and streamlined figure with body sculpturing treatments such as liposuction and cool sculpting. Skin rejuvenation is another big thing. Skin rejuvenation treatments such as chemical peels, microdermabrasion, and photofacials are popular in the country. Women seek to reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, and hyperpigmentation as well. Hair restoration is big actually for both women and men. So hair loss and thinning of hair is a common concern for both men and women in the country. Hair restoration treatments such as transplants and platelet-rich plasma therapy are becoming more popular in the country as well. And of course, there is traditional Chinese medicine. Yes, you've heard it right. TCM, or traditional Chinese medicine, is also a growing trend in the medical beauty industry in China, with treatments such as acupuncture and cupping, facial rejuvenation, and body contouring all being part of it. Trend number 2 is premiumization of everything. Yes, indeed. In China, there is an increasing trend towards premiumization. While in the past, the focus was on finding affordable alternatives, good price, good quality, consumers are now more interested in premium options, something that will last you. This shift is reflected in the 20,000+, for example, posts on Red, a Chinese social media platform, related to premiumization alternatives. The demand for high-end skincare products is also growing among Chinese consumers, especially younger generations who prefer mid to high-tier end brands. As a result, premium brands are expected to continue to outperform mass market brands in this industry. So when it comes to premiumization of everything and the sheer economy, that means women are looking for more premium alternatives, not only luxury items, but more premium alternatives when it comes to food, clothing, cosmetics, and many other things. Premiumization goes throughout their lifestyle, and it is sometimes coupled with sustainability, but very often coupled with self-worth, and the pandemic has only made this desire to enjoy life right now, not wait later, but do it right now, and of course have higher quality products, people, relationships in your life also available right now. Number 3, the functional food and supplements craze. Indeed, functional foods, which are designed to provide specific health benefits, are particularly popular in China's women food and supplement market. These products, which can range from smoothie drinks to gummies that help you feel more energetic, are often fortified with vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients that support women's health needs, such as bone health, heart health, and hormonal balance. Additionally, there's a growing interest in beauty supplements, which are designed to improve skin health, hair health, and overall appearance. Very often, these are edible supplements that help you look better and hopefully feel better. The compound annual growth rate for women's health food market is about 10.4%, with an expected massive market development potential this year, 2023. The increased focus on traditional Chinese medicine and natural remedies also drives the food and supplement market for women in China. Many Chinese women, for example, prefer to use natural, plant-based supplements and remedies to support their health and well-being, rather than relying on synthetic products. In fact, 50% of Chinese Gen Z and younger women are using vitamins and supplements more often now than they did pre-pandemic. 50%. Trend number 4, expectation to celebrate women more in different areas of life, business, and culture, of course. One such example can be the celebration of International Women's Day in China. Right now, it's not just about promotion, it's really about creating the culture of not just equality, but equity, creating actual impact in the lives of women. And brands that are doing well are the ones that can connect with this empowering message and results of giving women more equity, more share of voice, and more opportunities, of course. So let's take a look at this International Women's Day and how is it celebrated in China. Well, International Women's Day falls on the March 8th, and it is an important marketing event for e-commerce platforms. It is coinciding with the launch of many new spring products, for instance. And of course, many of these products are specifically developed for women. This festival has replaced other previously celebrated events such as Queen's Day or Girls' Day, with e-commerce platforms simplifying their celebrations as just 3/8 festival, right? So the 3rd of March festival. This simplification has helped to normalize the festival's promotion and clearly define the rhythm of the marketing activities. More and more Chinese women are finding happiness in self-fulfillment and have reshaped the Chinese economy by spending, as we said previously, on their own terms. So the 3/8 festival is really an opportunity for e-commerce platforms and retailers and brands alike to target the female demographics and offer special discounts, promotions, and products that cater to their interests and needs. Of course, it's a great opportunity to launch new product, boost sales, and of course, attract new customers and build a stronger community with your existing customers. This year in 2023, as China is opening up and China's e-commerce industry continues to evolve, this festival is expected to be even more important. So let's look at some numbers. Catering to female gaze is highly lucrative. For instance, in 2022, Li Jiaqi, when he was still at the peak of his popularity, hit 2.8 billion RMB in Tmall sales, which featured only 279 products. So opportunities are there, but as said, it's not any longer just about launching your products, promoting yourself, trying to capture new audience and connect with existing ones. It's not just about that. The expectation right now is that you together create equity. You create the real opportunities for women to co-create together, to work together, to build a different vision of society and create real life impact together. And of course, you can still sell them amazing products and help them achieve the lifestyle that they are after. But the expectations on the brands, on the retailers, on the platforms, on the whole society are shifting towards more, not just equality, but equity. And now let's shift gears and look purely at the marketing side. So if we are to sell our products and services to women this year during the 3/8 festival, what shall we do and how? Firstly, yes, build strong emotional connections with your consumers. It is understandable all around the world, brands are trying to become more and more relatable and personal and emotionally entangled with their consumers. Well, this is not a surprise, but let's take a look how to do that. To build an emotional connection with female consumers, businesses can tailor their marketing messages and products to align with the values and interests of Chinese consumers. Remember that China is not one unified market, and when it comes to Chinese women, be it Gen Z or younger or older, it's not one homogeneous market. There are many subgroups. China is huge, and women in the north or in the south, in the center, women belonging to different niche groups have different values and interests. So understanding your specific group is extremely important. Mapping out their consumer journey, mapping out their concerns, problems, fears, and addressing them together head on is going to get you a lot more results. For example, a company that values sustainability can appeal to female consumers' passion about protecting the environment. One of these cases is LAN, L-A-N, by Hangzhou Yige Cosmetics. They did this by incorporating a clean beauty product line into their ranks and live streaming it on their Tmall shop. Creating a brand story that resonates with female consumers is also very, very important. This involves creating a narrative around the brand that evokes emotion and inspires loyalty, such as skincare company building a brand story around, for example, self-care or self-love. On March 8th last year, Proya, another Chinese company, introduced a new tagline: "Gender is not the borderline. Prejudice is." That was their tagline. Through their outdoor advertising, and that featured diverse images of women and men. Their company Weibo post generated significant engagement, receiving more than 136,000 likes and 51,000 shares. Proya's post, messaging, campaign, and this new tagline ultimately carried positive messaging on the gender roles in China. And it worked. Number 2, co-branding is still important for maximum visibility. For Women's Day, co-branding can be particularly effective as it allows brands to tap into the day's emotional significance while increasing their visibility, of course. For example, a fashion brand could collaborate with a beauty brand to offer a special Women's Day gift box. For example, in 2022, Libresse, an ECT brand specializing in period and intimate care products, teamed up with Yongpu, a coffee brand, for the 3/8 festival celebrations in China. Together they launched a campaign, "Putting Pads on the Desk," and introduced a pad storage box. The box was unique because it broke the stigma around menstrual products and was presented in a transparent box, showcasing the pads positively. The goal of the collaboration was to promote the idea that women have the right to choose to put pads on their desks, just like they would put coffee or other daily necessities on their workplace desk. By co-branding with a coffee company, Libresse expanded its reach to a wider audience and uniquely showcased its product. This collaboration not only provided convenience for women who needed to store their menstrual products, but it also helped to break down the social taboo around menstruation and promoted gender equality. Number 3, what you can't avoid this year is still to participate in 3/8 Festival on the major e-commerce platforms. Attending Women's Day campaigns on major e-commerce platforms is a great way to boost your business in this category. All major Chinese platforms, including Tmall, Jingdong, Douyin, even WeChat, have their Women's Day celebration and promotion plans lined up months ahead. To make the most of these celebrations on e-commerce platforms, of course, in-house marketing and e-commerce teams shall align and prepare also way ahead in advance. Stakes are high because good marketing on this day can give you a lot of organic reach as well. For example, in 2022, Taobao earned 70 million viewers on its Women's Day campaign, featuring special promotions and activities focused on empowering women. The platform also recorded 2.8 billion RMB in sales during the first pre-sales night. Brands that participated in the campaign had the opportunity to showcase their products, of course, reach a wider audience of female shoppers, and stand together with women. On Douyin, for example, the company allows brands to do tons of fun advertising and very often creative. For example, brand takeover, in-feed video ads, hashtag challenges, and influencer collaborations, just to name a few. For Women's Day campaigns, brands can leverage Douyin's, for instance, hashtag challenge feature to encourage user-generated content and build this brand awareness. Florisys, a Chinese beauty brand, used Douyin live streaming services last year to promote their product, which was Florisys Balanced Liquid Foundation that was trending for days and weeks after. So it created this kind of seamless promotion and purchase for consumers, this journey to purchase for consumers right there on Douyin. To summarize and vastly generalize, in 2023, brands should shift their focus from simply providing discounts and products and promotions during these specific women-focused holidays to highlighting every day, all the time, the power and achievements of women. By creating campaigns and topics to promote gender equality and equity, the women's empowerment and topics around it, brands can attract and engage women consumers at a completely different level. This can include partnering with organizations, supporting women causes, or creating content that celebrates accomplishments of women in various fields again and again. It's not just one day a year. It's an ongoing effort, creating products, promoting products, creating impact, changing and adjusting the whole culture is part of this journey. Brands should also seek to create personalized and customized experiences for women. This can include offering tailored product recommendations, personalized customer service, and exclusive access to events and promotions. By showing that you truly value women's consumers' unique needs, like in any market. In China, brands can build a stronger emotional connection, lead to increased loyalty, and ultimately capture more opportunities. No surprises here. So 2023 is going to be an extremely important year for the she economy in China. You and your organization needs to prepare for it. Thank you so much for spending these few minutes with me. I hope you've learned a lot about the trends, about the ways to approach Chinese consumers, and you are ready to act on it. If you need any help with executing your campaigns or planning for your China market relaunch, reach out and I'll be very happy to connect you with my team. Meanwhile, happy International Women's Day. I'm sending you a lot of sunshine and positivity from South China. Let's go get them and stay tuned for more Ashley's Digital China episodes to come.